Hi students, welcome all of you in video series of chemistry practicals. In this video I am going to discuss Viva questions from salt analysis. So let us start with question number 1. What is qualitative analysis? So it deals with a method which is used to determine the constituents of a compound. Next is, what is radical? So radical means charge species. It can be defined as an atom or group of atoms which carries charge and behave as a single unit in a chemical reaction. And radicals are of two types. One is acidic radical and another is basic radical. So radical carrying positive charge is called basic radical or cation, and radical carrying negative charge is called as acid radical or anion. Next question is, what type of bond is present in inorganic salt? And the answer is ionic bond, which is also called as electrovalent bond. Why do inorganic salts ionize when dissolved in water? So inorganic salt ionize in water because of high dielectric constant of the water. Okay, so when dielectric constant value is high, then the force of attraction between the ions is less. This you should remember. Okay, so it goes like this. K is the dielectric constant, and this is equal to FO upon Fm. So FO is force in air and Fm is force in medium. Okay, so greater the value of the dielectric constant, lesser is the force in the medium. Getting it? And for your kind information, the K is also equal to epsilon upon epsilon naught. So epsilon is permittivity of substance divided by epsilon naught is permittivity of free space. So this is just for the GK part. And now move to question number 6. Name the colored basic radicals. So copper ion is blue in color, ferrous ion is light green in color, ferric ion is reddish brown in color, nickel ion is green in color, cobalt is light pink in color, and manganese ion is skin colored. Okay, so next question is, what is the color of iron salt? So iron salt, for example ferrous sulfate, it is light green. Okay, while ferric salts, Fe3 plus salts, these are generally brown in color. Name any iron salt which is light green. FeSO4. What is the color of nickel salt? It is green. And what is the color of manganese? It is skin color, as I have already told. Question number 11. Name the basic radical which are absent if the given salt is white. अगर white salt है तो वो basic radicals absent होंगे जो colored होते हैं, और ये है colored salt की list. Why a salt containing lead turns black in color when placed for a long time in laboratory? So actually what happens in atmosphere, little bit of H2S when comes in contact with the lead now, then it forms lead sulfide. So lead sulfide color is black, that is why lead turns black. Name the salt which produces cracking sound when heated. So you should remember it is lead nitrate, barium nitrate, potassium bromide, and NaCl. Tell the importance of preliminary test in qualitative analysis. We know that it do not give authentic information, but sometimes, for example in flame test, if the golden yellow color comes, it means sodium is confirmed, and similarly if grassy green color comes in flame test, it means barium is confirmed. If crimson red color comes, it means strontium is confirmed. If brick red comes, it means calcium is confirmed. Similarly in charcoal cavity test, if the brown residue comes, it means cadmium salt is present. So preliminary test also has its significance. Question number 15. How is the dry heating test performed, and what information you get if the residue changes to yellow when hot? In dry heating test, salt is heated in a dry test tube, and yellow residue when hot, it shows zinc is present. Question number 16. What is expected information when copper sulfate is heated in a dry test tube? You know, copper sulfate, crystalline copper sulfate has 5 molecule of water which is called as water of crystallization, and when we heat it, this water molecule gets evaporated and get condensed on the wall of test tube. Okay, and after the loss of water, the blue color of the copper sulfate changes into white color. Okay, because water as a reagent is absent, DD transition is absent, so splitting of d orbital do not take place, okay, means excitation of electron do not take place, so the color of salt turns white. Name the radical which produces CO2 on heating. So carbonates produces CO2 on heating. What is the color of the residue when zinc salt is heated? When zinc salt is heated, yellow residue is obtained, but as it turns cold, it changes into white color. What is the color of the residue when cadmium salt is heated? So cadmium salt, when it is heated, it gives brown residue in hot as well as in cold condition. Question number 20. If the residue in dry heating test is white, name the radicals which are absent. So all the colored ions and some colorless ions are absent. Okay. How is the charcoal cavity test performed, and describe the chemistry for the formation of incrustation as well as metallic bead. You see, you have to take a salt and mix it with double quantity of the sodium carbonate. Okay, so this is the salt, lead nitrate, and with a double amount of sodium carbonate we mix it, and in a charcoal block we make a hole with the help of cork borer, and then we put the mixture of this salt and sodium carbonate, okay, and then we add a drop of water in it. When it get sticked properly, then we, with the help of a blowpipe, we pass the reducing flame or yellow flame on that cavity. Then what happens? Lead carbonate is formed, which on further heating give rise to brown colored lead oxide. Okay, so this is the brown colored incrustation or residue, and which on coming in contact with the charcoal gives lead bead. Okay. Next question is, which flame is used in charcoal cavity test? I have already told it is reducing or yellow flame, and if you want to obtain the yellow flame, you have to limit the supply of oxygen by closing the air hole of the Bunsen burner. Question number 23. Why should we avoid excess of cobalt nitrate in cobalt nitrate test? Because excess of cobalt nitrate can turn into black cobalt oxide in oxidizing flame, and this black cobalt oxide can mask other colors which might be produced during the test. So to avoid this, we avoid excess of cobalt nitrate. Question number 24. In the flame test, sodium imparts yellow color to the flame while magnesium do not impart. You know that atomic number of magnesium is 12 and its configuration is 3s2. S orbital is fully filled, means ionization energy is high, and energy of the flame is not sufficient to promote the excitation of electron to higher energy level, so no color is imparted by the magnesium. But sodium, you see, sodium, its atomic number is 11 and configuration is 3s2. One unpaired electron is there which can be easily excited to the higher state. That is why golden or yellow color appears. Question number 25. What is the chemistry of the flame test? As I have already told, by gaining the energy from the flame, valence electron of atom get excited and jump to the higher energy level. When electron jump back to the ground state, then radiation is emitted whose frequency falls in the visible region. Question number 26. What is the function of blue glass in flame test? So normally we don't use it nowadays. It is not that important. You can skip to question number 27. Why do we use concentrated HCl in preparing a paste of salt to the flame test? See, this concentrated sulfuric acid, when come in the contact with the metal salt, then metal chlorides are formed which are highly volatile. So it immediately its electron get excited with the higher state and impart color. Okay, so but why we cannot use glass rod instead of platinum wire for performing the flame test? You all know that glass is made up of sodium silicate, and sodium silicate, here the sodium is present, it imparts golden yellow color, so it can produce confusion of the regarding the color of the flame, so we avoid it. And why platinum is preferred over other metals for the flame test? Because platinum is very non-reactive metal. It do not react with acid and do not impart any color to the flame. Question number 30. why do barium salt do not impart color to the flame immediately? You know, barium chlorides are less volatile, so it takes some time to impart color to the flame. Okay. Question number 31. Why should we avoid the use of platinum wire for testing lead salts? I told that lead is a non-reactive metal, but lead combines with the platinum. This is the special thing. So wire can get corroded. So we avoid use of platinum wire while we test for the lead salts. Question number 32. Why should only a particle or two of given salt should be touched with the borax bead test? If the salt is used in excess, then opaque bead is formed. So we take very less amount of the salt in borax bead test. Question number 33. Why borax bead test is not applicable in case of white salts? Because white salts do not form colored metaborate, and borax bead test is here the detection of the cation is done on the basis of color of the bead formed. What is Nessler's reagent? It is the combination of mercuric iodide and potassium iodide, and this is the formula K2HgI4. Name the acid radicals which are detected with dilute H2SO4. So I told you in the procedural video that acid radical which react with the dilute H2SO4 comes under acid radical group number 1, and it includes carbonates, sulfides and nitrite ions. And name the radicals which are detected by concentrated H2SO4. So it comes under acid radical group number 2. It includes all halides. In addition to that, it includes nitrate, oxalate and acetate ion also. Question number 37. Name the radical which are tested with the help of water extract. So this is the nitrate, nitrite and acetate ion. Water extract is nothing but when the salt is shaken with the distilled water and it is filtered, then the filtrate is called as water extract. Next is name the radicals which are confirmed with the help of sodium carbonate extract. So dear students, nowadays we don't use sodium carbonate extract because earlier we used to get mixture of two salts. Okay, that is why this was very important to prepare sodium carbonate extract, but still you should remember that this is the list of the radicals which can be confirmed with the help of sodium carbonate extract. So in sodium carbonate extract we take the salt and mix it with double amount of solid sodium carbonate, and we take about 20 ml of distilled water. When we boil and reduce the volume to 1/3, after filtration, the filtrate that is obtained is called sodium carbonate extract. Now move to question number 41. Carbon dioxide and SO2 turn lime water milky. How will you distinguish between them? Because both of these turn lime water milky. So you have to distinguish between these two gases. We can do this by passing these gases through potassium dichromate solution, acidified K2Cr2O7 solution. SO2 turns green, but there is no effect on CO2 gas. And another thing, SO2 has a pungent smell, but CO2 has no particular smell. NO2 and Br2 both are brown in color. How will you distinguish between them? This is very interesting and very important also. We have to pass both the gases one by one through ferrous sulfate solution. NO2 turns ferrous sulfate solution color black, but bromine has no effect. Question number 43. How will you test the presence of carbonate? So you have to take the salt mixture and add dilute H2SO4. Bubbles of CO2 evolves, which on passing through the lime water turns milky. It's a simple test. What is lime water? Lime water is solution of calcium hydroxide. Now the point of concern is students sometimes get confused between lime water and slaked lime. Both formula, chemical formula is same, which is CaOH twice, but there is a slight difference. When we mix calcium oxide or quicklime with water, then our slaked lime is formed. Okay, in the beginning the mixture is milky. Okay, so that is called the slaked lime, but after some time all the residue of the calcium hydroxide is settled down, and at the top we get a clear solution. That clear solution is called as lime water. Question number 45. What will happen if excess of carbon dioxide is passed through the lime water? If excess of CO2 is passed through the lime water, then instead of white precipitate of CaCO3, you start getting soluble calcium bicarbonate. So soluble calcium bicarbonate means the milkiness will disappear. So please limit the amount of CO2 when you do the testing for the carbon dioxide. Question number 46. How do you test for the sulfide? When we take the salt with dilute H2SO4 and warm it, then H2S gas is evolved which has rotten egg like smell, and it turns the paper dipped in lead acetate into black color. So this is the test for H2 negative ion. Question number 47. Is there any gas other than CO2 which turns lime water milky? Yes, SO2 gas also turns lime water milky. How will you test whether the given solution in bottle is lime water? So it's a simple. You have to take a solution in a test tube and blow carbon dioxide with the help of a tube, and if milkiness appear, it means your water is lime water. Question number 49. How is the ring test performed for the nitrate? It's simple. You have to take the salt solution, then you add freshly prepared ferrous sulfate solution, then you add concentrated sulfuric acid along the wall of test tube. Dark brown ring is formed at the junction of two solutions, which confirms the presence of NO3 1 negative ion. Why hot solution reaction mixture? Why the hot reaction mixture in case of concentrated H2SO4 is not thrown directly into sink? Actually what happens, hot concentrated H2SO4, if you directly throw in sinks, then it can lead to spurting. Okay, it may fly and spoil our clothes, and it can prove injurious to our body also. Question number 51. Why a dark brown ring is formed at the junction of two layers in the ring test for the nitrates? You know H2SO4 is heavy and it forms the lower layer, and ferrous sulfate is present at the surface. Now nitrate ion for which this test is done, it has to react both with the H2SO4 and FeSO4. Therefore, the brown ring appears only at the junction of two layers. Just imagine, this is H2SO4 heavy at the bottom. This is FeSO4 light at the top. Now nitrate ion, you are doing this brown ring test for the nitrate ion which is in the middle. So it has to react both with ferrous ion and H2SO4. That is why the ring is formed in the middle of the junction. Question number 52. Why acetic acid is added before adding lead acetate solution? This we do to prevent the hydrolysis of lead acetate, which otherwise would yield white precipitate of lead hydroxide. What is chromyl chloride test? This is very beautiful test. Red vapors of chromyl chloride appear. In this we take the salt mixture and add concentrated sulfuric acid followed by solid potassium dichromate, which is orange in color, and when we heat, then reddish brown vapors of chromyl chlorides are formed. It confirms the chloride in the mixture. Now move to question number 54. What is the chemistry of carbon disulphide test for a bromide or iodide? So to a part of a salt solution or soda extract, we add dilute HCl. Now we add small amount of carbon disulphide and excess of chlorine water. when we shake it, then chlorine displaces bromine or iodine from bromide or chloride, which upon dissolution in CO2 produces orange or violet color. So this is how we do CS2 test, although this is not that important. Next question is, why do bromide and iodide do not respond to chromyl chloride test? See, chromyl chloride test में CrO2Cl2 is formed. CrO2Cl2 is formed, which reddish vapor of which indicates confirms the presence of chloride ion. Now, a bromide and iodide don't respond because in chromyl chloride test, chromyl bromide and chromyl iodide are not formed. They simply gets evolved. Okay, gets evolved, so we cannot detect bromide or iodide from the chromyl chloride test. Question number 56. Why does iodine gives blue color with starch solution? So it is due to the physical adsorption of iodine upon starch. Why original solution is not prepared in concentrated H2SO4? You must be remembering that to prepare the original solution, we take salt solution, dissolve first in cold water. If it is not soluble, then we take hot water. If it is not soluble, then we take dilute HCl. But we never use concentrated HNO3 because it is oxidizing agent. It get decomposed to give oxygen. And in group number 2 and in group number 4, when we pass H2S gas in the presence of HNO3, then yellow precipitate of sulfur get formed. Means this H2S gas get precipitated in the form of yellow precipitates. That is why we avoid the use of concentrated nitric acid. This question is very, very important. Name the group reagent for different groups, which can definitely be asked by external in Viva exam. In group number 1, we use dilute HCl. In group number 2, we use H2S in the presence of dilute HCl. In group number 3, we use ammonium hydroxide in the presence of ammonium chloride. For group number 4, we add H2S in the presence of ammonium hydroxide. For group number 5, we use ammonium chloride, ammonium hydroxide, we heat it and then we add ammonium carbonate. So this is the group reagent for group number 5. For group number 6, there is no specific group reagent. Now, question number 59. Why ammonium chloride is added along with ammonium hydroxide in group number 3? It is done to decrease the concentration of hydroxide ion by suppressing the ionization of ammonium hydroxide by common ion effect. If ammonium hydroxide alone is used, means you are not using the ammonium chloride, then the concentration of hydroxide ion can easily cause the precipitation of hydroxide of group number 4, 5 and 6. Then if it happens, then you cannot do the group testing for the cations which are present in group number 4, 5 and 6. Getting it? Now question number 60. Name a cation which is not obtained from a metal. So it is only and only ammonium ion. This was all about the Viva question from salt analysis. Hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please like, subscribe and share my channel. Till I develop next videos, stay connected, stay fit, stay fine. Wish you all best of studies. Bye bye.